Imagine losing everything you've worked for in just 90 days. Your business, your home, your relationship, gone. Now picture yourself, 3 years later, running a multi-million-dollar company that saved over 500 businesses from bankruptcy. Sounds impossible, right? Well, that's my story. And trust me, the journey between those 2 points is going to change how you see failure forever. I'm Jake, and 2 years ago, I was sleeping on my friend's couch, $47,000 in debt, with my third failed business behind me. Today, I own Phoenix Consulting, the largest business failure turnaround firm in the country. But the real story? It's about how hitting rock bottom taught me the most valuable lesson of my life. Let's rewind a bit. I used to think success meant fancy cars and expensive suits. Had my first marketing agency at 23. Digital Boost. Sounds cool, right? Nice office downtown, team of 5 people, clients across 3 states. I was living the dream, or at least what I thought was the dream. That business lasted 18 months before it crashed and burned. Why? I was all flash, no substance. Spent more on office decor than on actually delivering results. Clients left, debts piled up, and boom, bankruptcy at 25. But hey, failure is just a stepping stone, right? So I started again. Market Masters was my second attempt. Learned from my mistakes, focused on results. Built it up to a team of 10 clients nationwide. This time I lasted 2 years. Then COVID hit. In 3 months, we lost every single client. I had to let my whole team go. Couldn't pay the office rent. Couldn't even pay my own rent. My girlfriend of 3 years left saying she didn't sign up for this. My credit cards were maxed out. My car got repossessed. In 90 days, I went from successful entrepreneur to complete failure. The worst part? Having to call my parents and tell them I failed. Again, see, this wasn't my first business failure. It was my third. They'd warned me after the second one. Get a real job, they said. Stop chasing dreams. The disappointment in my dad's voice, that was rock bottom. I ended up on my best friend's couch. The same friend who used to ask me for business advice was now buying my groceries. Talk about humbling. I'd go to job interviews in my one remaining suit, pretending I wasn't living out of a duffel bag. One night, I hit my lowest point. Sitting on that couch at 3 a.m., I started writing down every mistake I'd made, every wrong decision, every lesson I'd learned the hard way. By morning, I had filled 23 pages. That's when it hit me. I wasn't a failure. I was the most experienced person I knew at failing forward. I knew exactly what not to do in business. And maybe, just maybe, that was worth something. I started a blog called Fail Forward, just honest stories about my business failures. No sugarcoating, no pretending, raw truth about what went wrong and why. First post got 10 views, second got 50, third got picked up by a small business forum. By post 10, I had 10,000 followers. Turns out, people were hungry for honest business stories. A month in, a guy named Steve reached out. He was about to lose his plumbing business. Banks wouldn't touch him. I looked at his books for free, spotted the same mistakes I'd made, helped him restructure his debt, streamline operations. He paid me $500, first money I'd earned in months. Then Sarah from a failing bakery reached out. Then Mike with his struggling gym. Each business, I saw echoes of my own failures. Each solution came from a lesson I'd learned the hard way. 6 months in, I was making enough to move out of my friend's couch. A year in, I hired my first employee, the same friend who'd let me crash at his place. Today, Phoenix Consulting has a team of 50. Last year, we saved 122 companies from bankruptcy. Combined, Those companies employ over 3,000 people. That $47,000 debt, paid off in full. That couch I slept on, it's in my office, reminding me where I came from. But success isn't just about money. It's about impact. Every business we save means families keep their income. Communities keep their local shops. Dreams don't die. The craziest part? Every client we help now is because of a mistake I made before. The marketing agency that's overspending on flash? That was me. The tech startup ignoring cash flow? Been there. The family business taking on too much debt? Yep, did that too. My failures aren't my shame anymore. They're my expertise. Rock bottom wasn't my end. It was my beginning. It was the foundation I needed to build something real, something that matters. Here's what I've learned. Success isn't about never falling. It's about how you get back up. It's about using every failure as a lesson, every setback as motivation. If you're at your lowest point right now, if you're feeling like a failure, remember this. Rock bottom is not your destination. It's your education. Your mistakes aren't your weakness. They're your secret weapon. Every successful person you admire has failed. Many have failed big. The difference is, they didn't let failure define them. They let it refine them. So if you're struggling, if you're doubting yourself, if you're thinking about giving up, don't. Your comeback story might be just around the corner. Your failures might be preparing you for a success you can't even imagine yet. This channel, Beyond Stories, is about people who turned their lowest points into their greatest comebacks. If you want to hear more stories like this, hit that subscribe button. Drop a comment if you're going through tough times. Let's talk about it. Share your struggles, your failures, because in this community, we believe those are just the first steps to your eventual success. Remember, rock bottom is not the end of your story. It might just be the beginning of your best chapter.